Yo, we are back again with the Feuding Bros, the show where we talk about football. And today, it's going to be the Liverpool episode. And for that episode, we have a special guest. Nathan is a friend of the community here in Dallas, and he's a big Liverpool fan. And welcome, Nathan. What's going on?
How's it going, everyone? Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. And as usual, we have Fred and Thierry. What's going on, guys?
Good, man. Good. Excited to have Nathan here. It was nice last time with Bruce to get our first visitor, so our first guest. So, Nathan, our second guest, so ready to take the heat for Liverpool.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
we're going to take it easy on Nathan. He's already got a lot on his plate, with Liverpool, so much on his plate, so we're going to take it easy.
Hey, but I mean, you'll be all right, man. I mean,
you'll be all right.
We had Bruce last time. He dealt with it pretty well, actually.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, we don't bite. Yeah. So let's get into the episode, guys. And today, like I said, we're talking about Liverpool. Liverpool, who have had a few changes recently, and but they've had a good preseason. So yes, I guess my first question to you, Nathan, how you Liverpool fans just living that change? It's a big change with Klopp gone and Slot in right now.
Oh, yeah, I think it is a big change, but I think it's going to be a good change. I've seen his kind of style of play, and it does kind of mirror Klopp a little bit, but it's got more of like a controlled like balance to it. So they really kind of focus on keeping the ball and progressing that way. With Klopp, it was just like everything in your face all at once.
Just my team.
All action.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But with Slot, it's going to be more of like, okay, let's control it and let's just go. Let's just slowly build and try to like wear our opponent down.
Mm. And I guess before I should have got into that. You're a Liverpool fan, right? And how long have you been in Liverpool? And you seem like a wise guy. So why this decision to support Liverpool? Right?
Well, so I was originally a Gerrard fan. I really liked Steven Gerrard. I liked the way that Gerrard played. And so that's why I technically started to support Liverpool, which I mean, I guess a lot of people support teams based off of like one player, like a lot of people, support Ronaldo or whatever, or Messi or, some other player or something like that. So, I mean, I guess technically like that's why I started being a Liverpool fan. But even though Gerrard retired, I'm like, I still, I still like him. It's not like I moved on to like another player,
Yeah. That's perfectly legit, man. I mean, Stevie G, legend of the game, legend of the Prem. Yeah, so I mean, it's a good place to start, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. future Liverpool manager, you think?
Wait, me?
No, Gerrard.
Oh, I was like, oh man, no way. Gerrard, maybe. I think it would probably be like down the line. If it was going to happen, I think he's still pretty like young in his career.
Yeah.
The last I heard of like the club that he was managing, like, I don't know. I think they were a pretty bottom tier team. So, I mean, maybe he's just working his way up right now, but he might get there. I think it would be cool if they brought him in as manager. That would be really sweet.
That would be, man.
I think that would depend on, of his records as well, because like right now it's not looking too pretty, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's struggling right now. He's struggling in the job right now. So
yeah.
I mean, we've seen a lot of people struggle like that at first, and then just all of a sudden they just got it. And then they just moved on from there. So, I mean, he has a guaranteed job at Liverpool. It just needs to have the credentials, basically.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just just natural for him. But he has to go in. Yeah, he has to go and get it. Basically, he has to prove himself first. But let's go back to the to Liverpool's season, guys. Do you have any questions for Nathan?
Yeah, I mean, the main question pretty much goes back to the intro of this episode. Klopp leaving, obviously that's one of the biggest changes you guys have had. over the last, I don't know, how far do we want to go with that one, you know? So, man, as a big change like that, you said for you think it's a positive change. I feel like as he was leaving, he did a lot of work. You can see that in the team. Like, you know, any team all over the world would love to have the manager leave and leave, you know, such a team. You know, the team is complete. He did all the groundwork for it. Don't you think it's still a club team and it's a big miss that may not be replaceable, just like as a Man U fan we've had with Ferguson?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I would agree. I mean, I really like. I hope that I'm wrong, but I mean, of course, like, you know, being a Liverpool fan and knowing like the history and like the, you know, the great things that have happened in the past, and then like we have like a pretty bad run until Klopp, you know, and then Klopp comes in there and you're like, oh my gosh, like this guy's amazing, you know, this is wonderful, you know. Of course, having someone like that leave, like, you're just like, it's heartbreaking, you know. You're just like, oh man, we're back to ground zero again. Like that sucks, you know. And I mean, that was my initial thought. I think the one thing that I would like to see from Slot is, I don't really think we've had that many signings this summer, and I'm just like,
I don't think you've had any yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think
nothing major, at least.
Yeah, no, I think I've heard talk about like Anthony Gordon, and I mean, I think I would like that, but I'm just like, where's everybody else? Like, we're just gonna go with the squad that we have now. I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work if we're trying to compete for all these trophies, you know. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Klopp kind of set a standard like pretty high, that like, okay, we can achieve Champions League, we can achieve, you know, Premier League and all that stuff. And I'm like, how are we going to do that without additional signings? So that would be my one thing that I would like to see, which, I mean, I don't think there's really any time left for that. So it's probably not.
I mean, the season starts next week, but I mean, the window's still open until the end of the month. So
okay.
I guess you still got like 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, deadline day, we get like 5 signings, you know.
The problem with that is they wouldn't have been in the team for, you know, preseason, so they're gonna need time to gel and, you know, everything that comes with it. So I mean, it's just a double-edged sword, basically.
Yeah. I mean, talking about having seen you guys in preseason, and I was listening to the guys on ESPN a little bit talk about it, and he apparently Slot was saying that the reason you guys haven't had any signings is that he doesn't think you guys can, at the moment, he doesn't see any players that are better than what you guys got. So like, with that comment, what do you think? I would say, I mean, you said like you want him to start getting some action in the transfer window. Where do you guys think? What do you think that you guys need strengthening and you guys need better players? Because when looking at your team, you guys are pretty good. I mean, up top, it's amazing. I mean, you guys, those 5 guys that you guys up top, that you guys have up top, I think probably rivals City in terms of like depth.
I'm not so sure about that, though. I'm not so sure about that. I think I think number 9 is a problem for them.
Jota is black.
With Jota maybe, but how long is Jota going to stay on the field? I mean, what's his name? Nunes is flattered to deceive. I'm not.
But I mean,
I would take what's his name? I would take Jackson over Nunes at this point right now.
No,
Jackson is a much better player than Nunes.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yes, and I can back it. I mean,
in what way? Because I know Nunes misses a lot, but I think he still got, was it close to 20 goals last season?
I think it was 19.
It's not a bad return for somebody that could probably get like 40 if he like actually started scoring his chances. You know? So I mean, if you have him and
we've said that for so long now, and the guy
but still got 19, 20 goals.
The guy is not taking his sense. I don't know. But yeah, Nathan, what do you think about that?
I mean, I would say that I agree with Yen in the sense that, like, I think we could use some help in the number 9. I mean, Nunez has some bite to him. I will say that. I mean, we clearly saw that in the what was it, the Copas or whatever. Like he got pretty wild, you know, like in the crowd. So, I mean, he's got some bite, you know. So I mean, I like that. But I mean, yeah, with Jota, I mean, that's who knows? Yeah, like Yen's saying, like, who knows how long he's going to stay. So I think we could probably use some help there. And then, I mean, of course, I think we would probably need like another right back, because I think Trent is probably pretty close to moving on. I mean, he's still pretty young, so I mean, I could see him going to another team somewhere. And I mean, I think he's pretty instrumental in our squad. And I mean, who knows? They may even move him. I think they've even tried maybe playing him in midfield a little bit, like in some games and things like that. I mean, he may move up there and they may get somebody else or something like that. I'd like to see maybe some more strength in that area, but definitely the number 9.
Yeah.
See, I really feel like up top is not a problem for you guys. Obviously, I mean, Nunez we know you never know what you're gonna get from him.
Is it a miss?
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. But then,
I mean, in the Premier League, I was looking at the record right now. It's got 11 goals in the Prem. 11 goals. I mean, that's not great.
No, it's not great. But like again, like I'm saying, they're not reliant on Nunez to be scoring. If he comes and he scores 20 goals, great. But they have other guys. Last season, the main hurt for Liverpool last season was that Mo Salah just disappeared after the second.
This is the same argument we've had about Arsenal as well, yeah. So you were doing what you're doing right now is just a double standard.
It's not
on the Arsenal episode. You were like, "Oh, you guys need a striker. You need a number 9." That was our best season ever in terms of scoring goals. But we still need a number 9. And then now here, so I'm not saying that they're not good up front. Yes, they score goals, but we're saying we're talking about what do they need right now, and they definitely need a number 9.
And I see it exactly. The reason I'm explaining is that they have one that is hit and miss, and they also have another one that when he's fit, he's probably the best finisher in the league. So
I agree.
We have 2 strikers.
It's not fit enough. It's not fit enough. That's what we're talking about. Jota, he's not fit enough. And so
I mean, for me, where they need help most is the number 6. I don't think Endo is good. I don't think Endo is good at all.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think Endo is good at all. I think he does okay, but for the level you guys want to be at, I mean, if you're looking at other 6s of the teams that you're competing with, which is Arsenal, which is City and Liverpool, Endo is not even close to them in terms of his level.
I think that's been linked to Zubamendi, and I think that's a great signing for them.
That would be to
be honest, because Zubamendi is looking like a good player, man.
Yeah. He is looking like a good player. Looking like a good player.
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, because I mean, like if I think about Endo, I'm just like, really? Like that's the best that we could do? Like
that's not standard.
Yeah, right.
But,
yeah, I kind of think about it. I'm like, I don't know.
So, last season, though, if I may say, McAllister played that role pretty well. I think Endo was supposed to come in there. Yeah, Endo was supposed to come in there and replace him, to the further back, the 6, so that McAllister can play 8 and move up a little bit. But it seems like Klopp never trusted Endo to do the job.
McAllister played that role well when Liverpool has the ball. And when Liverpool has the ball, you don't need an Endo there, basically. I mean, McAllister can do that job. McAllister looks great there. But if you're playing against the top teams, like people are going to come at you. That's when Liverpool season kind of crumbled last year a little bit.
That's true, yeah.
Because they had people just going through straight that middle. And if you're going to have people running at you, because McAllister is not really like a runner per se. So Bosley is a little bit more, offensive.
Yeah.
So for those games when you need control, you need that number 6 that's gonna take care of it. I mean, Endo, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he is what it is. I thought some games he played really well. When they played against Arsenal, I was looking at him. I was like, okay, he's a good, decent player, but it's not Liverpool level. And Zubamendi is just that little step, but that big step. That step that you need for Liverpool. But I think as well, right back is a problem as well, man. You know what I'm thinking about Liverpool? I'm thinking about this preseason is paper over the cracks. And this is getting Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is getting Liverpool. And why I'm saying that as well is because this is getting Liverpool fans excited because they've smashed their preseason. But is it not just the new manager bounce? Because when push comes to shove, then when the season starts, that's when because you've made 0 signing, your defense is aging. Plus, you've lost Matip. He hasn't been replaced. You got major problem in defensive midfield. Major problem at right back. I think left back you could do with some work there. You need to replace Matip. I think you got a lot of problems, man.
Really? You're going in on this.
You tell me if I'm wrong. In midfield, yes, you got that number 6, and yes, you got up front. You're looking kind of all right. If Gakpo, if you get Gakpo of the Euros, then you should be fine. You shouldn't need anybody up front, right?
Yeah.
But is Gakpo gonna do that?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Euros, but is he gonna be like that? I mean, that's just on you.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
This is for me. You got all these problems that you need to fix because last year, I ain't gonna lie, your defense was terrible. Ain't gonna lie. And
that's like every season. It's literally like every season. Like it's always our defense. And I mean, sure, we got Van Dijk in there to like basically be the everything man because no one else can do it. So it's like, okay, I mean, but I mean, he's getting older too. So it's like I agree. It's like we're gonna need some we need more than just one Van Dijk. We got 4 players back there. We really need 4 of them. And it's like, I mean, in the style of like one is a left back, one is a right back, that kind of thing. We don't need like 4 Van Dijks all across the back line. That just wouldn't work. But yeah, I mean, we definitely defense has always been an issue. Like as long as I've been a fan, honestly.
I think defense. If you get like a Zubamendi, that goes a long way towards fixing that sort of. But then you need to replace Matip because, like you said, Van Dijk is going to be a year older, and I don't think he was great last season. I think the guy is fading. So,
I think Konate took a lot of that role.
Carried him last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think United did well last year to protect him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. And then I think we have that Jarrell Kwanzaa guy, I think. And so I think he's I noticed maybe like a couple of games, maybe like last season, where they were trying to get him on the ball more. Maybe Van Dijk might have been injured that game or something, but I noticed that they were like passing to him a lot more. So maybe they were trying to get him experience or something like that, just be comfortable on the ball and things like that. But I do like him. I do like Kwanzaa. He seems pretty good.
He's a decent player. I mean, again, he just needs to grow into that role. But yeah, guys, you got something else to throw at him?
I mean, like you said, like you did put it well. I don't think they're in that bad a position, but I do agree with you with the preseason. I think that they've had a really, in terms of results, but at least I only saw them when they played us. I know when they played Arsenal as well. I heard that they were kind of like really hanging on the ropes a little bit for a lot of that game.
I mean, they blew us away in the first 20
in the first half.
First half, I mean, they were the better team.
They were the better team.
Second time, they took over a little bit, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, because I know when we played them, and we're not the greatest, but I feel like we dominated that game. They scored 3 goals, and they finished well. They were very clinical.
Yeah,
whenever they had their chances, they put them away like very well. But I felt we were the better team in that game. But I mean, it's preseason, so you're just like, I mean, it's preseason. You never know what's gonna turn up, who's playing where, whatever. I think you guys are a bit of an unknown, but I do agree that, like Freddie was saying earlier, that Klopp did try, and maybe that's why he stayed that extra year, because he wanted to make sure that team was good enough for somebody else to come and keep the standards up. Because really, the year before, it looked like everything was falling apart. It looked like everything was getting too old. It looked like everybody needed to go. But then he kind of brought back like that sense of, okay, this is a good team. We just need to add some pieces here and there. I think a problem for him though this season, apart from not signing, which you need to do as a new manager when you come in, you need to bring in some to kind of appease the crowd and let them know that you know what you're doing. I think an issue is gonna have with his style of play is that it's very like I haven't seen too much of it, just from things I've heard. And I think that's the issue maybe Ten Hag also had last season, is that his style of play is very like all or nothing. Like we attack, everybody kind of goes. Like everybody, we just leave these 2 center backs and then left back, right back, like midfielders. Like everybody's kind of just like trying to contribute in some way to the attack. And I feel like you guys are gonna get caught out on the counter a little bit. I think he's gonna get that awakening a little bit that, you know, this is not the Dutch league. Like you have to cool it down. You have to cool. Like kind of Ten Hag, his first 2 games came trying to play, smash 4-0 at Brighton. We get smashed at Brentford. Like I don't know if it's gonna be that drastic, but
saying that though, I mean that's what I was gonna ask as well. I mean, you did touch on a little bit on that, Nathan. earlier about his style of play. But I mean, from what I've seen 2 games. I've seen you guys against us, and I've seen you guys against United. You were kind of playing on the counter.
Very much so.
You kind of gave up the ball a little bit. So I mean, when you're telling me yes, okay, he wants to be a little bit more measured in terms of his approach, and play a little bit more possession game. Is that really is what he's striving for, or is just doing that with what he has at the moment, basically?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think maybe it's a mix of both. I think maybe like he's got what he's got at this moment, and like it worked with Klopp, right? So like the let's just punch you in the face and just go with it, So I think maybe it's a bit of that, and then it's a bit of like he's trying to like incorporate his sort of style of play a little bit. I have seen some glimpses where it's been like it hasn't been as quick of a just like pounce right on him kind of thing. It was more of like a build up, and then you had Salah running on the edge or whatever, and no one saw him coming, and he just like bounced.
Yeah, that was against us. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw that, and I mean that was more of like a I would say like that was more of a measured approach, because I saw him kind of kicking it around at the back a little bit, and then they worked it up the field a little bit, and then Salah came in, and then you just punch him. You just punch it in right there. So I think it's a mix of both. But I think it's just going to depend on if we get more signings or not. If we don't get more signings, then I mean, how much can you really incorporate your style of play?
Of course, yes.
Without your new guys,
Yeah.
So
what about I think an issue he may find is Trent. What do you do with Trent? He's playing right back and he gets roasted defensively.
That's a $1 million question there.
Yeah. Where do you play Trent? They tried to play him in midfield with England, and we saw what happened. I mean, it was only 3 games, so maybe he might be the revelation in midfield later. But I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a problem, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's certainly an issue. I think right back is probably one of our key like issue areas at this point, because I think for Trent, like I think he probably would rather play midfield. If I was to like guess in like his head or something, he would probably rather be like
to be midfielder, man.
Okay, that's beside the point.
It's got a good pass, but that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's clear that like he would definitely rather be on the attack more than he would rather get back and be on defense, and so I think that's certainly going to be an issue. Now, whether or not they are kind of looking at that in the like and seeing what's available in the transfer market, I don't really know. I think they're probably just holding on to hope that he's just going to stay with Liverpool forever, which I don't think that's going to happen.
He's been linked to Real Madrid. So, I mean, that's tempting, man. I mean, you're not even sure if he's going to be there at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, honestly, if they were to make him an offer, he would be gone.
He'll probably be gone, right?
I don't think, and then we wouldn't have a right back. Yeah.
I mean, you got Joe Gomez. I mean, he tries there. I mean,
man. Oh man.
I mean, left back is the same thing. I mean, beyond Robertson, I mean, you have Tsimikas. I mean, he's a try, but I mean, it's not great. That's what I mean. I'm saying, like, you got a lot of issues that you need to address this year. Because you cannot go. I mean, you were leaking goals last year, and at the end of the day, you finished 3rd, so you didn't accomplish much. Like, you finished 3rd, so you have to improve on that squad. Which
they did have a link up.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to improve on that squad if you wanna get places. So basically, and there's a lot of work for me. There's a lot of work that you guys have to do. And preseason for you guys is just paper over the cracks. That's just
I mean, I agree. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't really see us as a top 4 team this year. I mean,
I agree.
I don't really think it's in the cards, to be honest. I mean,
with the current squad, definitely, I don't think you make top 4.
No, I don't think so.
You guys underestimating the new manager bounce power.
Maybe that's gonna fade in after preseason. Maybe it's done.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't rely on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see it as I don't see it as a season of top 4 finishing, which is going to be a letdown, honestly, for a lot of Liverpool fans and things like that. Seeing the current or the past production that Klopp has gotten out of the squad. If we don't make top 4, I think that's going to be an issue. But it's like, I mean, you just brought in Slot, so like, how are you going to I don't want to be one of those like teams like Chelsea, like firing the manager every game or something.
I don't be like Chelsea, man. That's just not it.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that. Yeah, we can't be like that.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I was just going to touch on is basically trying to summarize a little bit what you say. So you are excited about Slot coming in, but at the same time you feel like the signings are crucial for him to have a decent season. But you don't see you guys in the top 4. So that's great. That's all great stuff that I want to hear as a Man U fan, because that's all is exactly what we want. It's you guys, Liverpool. So if you guys slack off for us, we can just come in and slot in, just slot in, right?
And you have to do your work too, man. Don't feel like it's just because Liverpool is not in there. You can just sleepwalk over there because you got your own problems, man.
Hey, 2 signings today.
Yeah. Two rejects. Two players that don't even start. 2 subs. You got
rejects. Rejects can change the world.
You guys got 2 subs and you're happy about it. You got 2 subs.
I mean, the link, I think most teams would have probably watched him at that.
The link did not play Dyer.
He played the first half of the season, then got injured. Then they brought in Dyer.
Dyer played over him. Come on, man. You just talking about the link like it's like the next.
Nobody said he was anything. We just said he's a good player. You just got to boost him.
Look.
Is the league better than Maguire, Evans, and Lindelof? Yes. So his team improved. Is the league better? Is Maguire better than Mohamed Salah?
Yes. We don't even know if the league is better than Fofana right now. We don't even know. We don't know.
Are you serious? Fofana whenever he plays.
What do you base that on? The guy hasn't played for like 2 years. He went to Juventus.
Not true. I just thought he started the season as a starter for Bayern.
That's because they had nobody else. They got Dyer because he wasn't doing it. They got Dyer because he wasn't doing it.
And Upamecano, and they still started the league.
They got Dyer because the league wasn't doing it. Dyer, man. We're not talking about this Dyer, man.
It wasn't.
It's the Liverpool episode, man. Forget that, man. Forget it, man. Let's go back to Liverpool, man.
They got Anthony. They're good. It's good. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine.
There you go. They got Anthony.
We are good.
Well, anyway, let's get back to Liverpool. I guess my next question for you, Nathan, is as a fan, what does a successful season for Liverpool this year look like?
Oh man, that is a great question. I mean, I would say if we're not going to make top 4, which I don't think that we would, I would at least like us to make Europa. So I mean, what is that, like top 6, I guess? Yeah. I would at least like to see us make that. If we don't make that and we haven't, maybe if we get like an FA Cup or something like that, I mean, that would be great. But I mean, I would definitely like to see top 6 for sure. I would say if we didn't get that, I mean, then you're kind of just on the decline, and you're kind of just like, okay, this ain't working, So I'm really hoping for better. I mean, obviously, I definitely am hoping we get a Champions League spot. I'm not really seeing it, but I mean, at least top 6.
Top 6. I mean, you've been the most realistic person who's called his team position since we started this. I mean, we've had the Chelsea man come here and say, "Oh, we can make top 4." Are you mad? Are you mad? What is wrong with you, man?
He's optimistic. I love it.
Beyond optimistic at this point.
I mean, that can make you go sleep at night. I mean, but yeah, I mean, beautiful guys. You got anything else for him?
No, I think they're in the fight for top 4 actually, because I think the fight for top 4 is very open this year. I think there's like I mean, I'm not counting Chelsea in there, but I think Tottenham will be in there. I think Aston Villa, I don't think they'll be the same with they have made some great signings, but we've seen this before where a team goes into Europe and the focus is Europe. You haven't been in the Champions League for like 30 years. Like their focus is going to be Champions League and doing well in there. So how good are they going to be in the league? I don't know. You have us again. We don't know what exactly will be. Which I feel like we're quietly confident, but we're not totally sure where we're going to be. And then Brighton, I don't expect much. Like a lot of those, Newcastle, I don't expect much. A lot of these teams that kind of threatened to deceive in the last like couple of years to try and get to that top 4 spot.
Yeah.
I feel like a few have fell off or like some are trying to do better, but they're not really that much better. So I feel like it's very open. It's just very open from that 3rd spot to maybe like 6th or 7th. It's going to be a bit of a toss-up. I mean, Wolves did really well towards the end of the season last season. Can they do something? Like Crystal Palace as well did really well to finish the season. Can they do something? I think it's going to be a bit of a toss-up. So I see what you mean with the Europa League at least. But I do think you guys will be in with a shot unless you have like a really disaster of a season. But I think you'll be in with a shot for top 4 as well.
I certainly hope so. And I think other Liverpool fans would say the same. Like they're certainly hoping for that, I mean, like I said before, coming off of the successes of Klopp, I think the bar is like pretty high up there. So I think we're kind of hoping for that. I just don't want it to get to a point of like we're expecting that, because it's like I feel like it's a new coach, and so things take time, and so for me at least, I mean maybe other people are at that expectation level of like it needs to be here like it was with Klopp. For me, I don't think my expectations are quite that high.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Freddie, got anything?
No, I mean, it summarized it all. Well, we'll see what this season is about. It's really impossible to tell at the moment. I do think Liverpool can do a job if they don't choke. I do think they will choke. We'll see how it is by January. Let's see how it is by January, because if they miss this window, as Nathan just said, it's really key that they get some. And I didn't even realize that until we started this show today, that they do need some help at the back, big time. They need a refreshing there, at least. If a couple of signings can do them some good. If they don't do it, then they're gonna struggle a bit until the January window. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's spot on, man. We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I think that, like I said, I think you're gonna struggle to make top 4. You might just because the other teams are that bad, you might just sneak in the top 4. Just for what you have. But I mean, I think this year Slot is just a free year for him. It's not. I mean, the thing about Liverpool is that they're not Chelsea, and you're not gonna sack the manager just unless he has a complete disaster where you like fighting for relegation or something, which is not gonna happen.
Oh man.
I think he's got this year. I mean, this season to just try and figure it out, and then from next year, I think that's when people are gonna demand something for him. So he's got that preseason to try and figure it out. He's got 3 weeks. I mean, he needs to. I mean, even if you don't get the players, at least be linked with somebody so we kind of see what your vision is. You know what I mean? You don't have to get it, but I think managers they have to do that a little bit sometimes. Just not to say I want this type of player, so we kind of know what type of player you're looking for, and we kind of know your ideas. If you don't get anybody on a team that finished 3rd, I mean, even the top teams, even the team that finished 1st is trying to refresh. So you got to refresh too, man. So I mean, that was just what I would say about Liverpool. But I mean, Liverpool is it's always been a decent club. I mean. And it's not from what I've heard. I don't know him too much, but from what I heard, he's a decent manager. So, we'll see where you finish. So, just a last question for your predictions. You said 5th or 6th, but can you put your finger on one position?
Man, honestly, I would go 6th.
6th?
I would go 6th. Honestly, I mean, I just don't. I just really don't see it going like. I mean, look, like I think Slot is going to do. I think he's going to do well. But if we could, I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit different, system than Klopp. and all that. And so I think if we could manage sixth, I think that would be good. That would give us like a season of, getting used to, all the slot ball or whatever as people like to call it, getting used to that. And then, if we pull out sixth, then next season, maybe we can go a little bit harder than that. Maybe we can get a little, get some Champions League or something like that. But I would say, yeah, in all honesty, I would literally say sixth.
So sixth and an FA Cup, and you'll be happy with it.
I mean, yeah, it's all right. I mean,
it's all right.
I mean, of course, it's not all right. Okay, but it's like, it's a new manager. So I mean, I'm not one of those people that is just like, oh, dude, we got to get everything. We have to get like. We have to win. We have to win all the things this season. We got to go we got to do a city thing and win the treble. Like, nah, man. Like, I just don't. No, I'm not that. I'm not that type of guy. So I'm just like, I'd be all right with like sixth and like, an FA Cup, and then like maybe we qualify for something else or something. So I mean, I think that'd be all right, and then we just feel it out from there.
Think you're pushing it, but we'll see. What about you guys? What about you, Freddie? What do you think about Liverpool, man? What are finishing this year?
I don't know. I really don't know. After this conversation, I do think I'll go with Nathan.
Don't let us sway you, though. You came in.
Hey,
with an understanding of Liverpool. Don't let us sway you.
Liverpool is a weird one. I have to tell you, it's a weird one. The other ones I can tell you with confidence, but this team is weird, especially with Klopp not there. So I will go with Nathan. I do think his assessment is pretty decent. Maybe top six they can do something as long as they're really like far off top six, and again they leave us the top four spot nice and sweet for us. That would be great. So yeah, top six. I think they will do all right, but they're gonna choke. And they're going to realize that, yes, they need signings. They need to implement the slot way for things to work, because this league, if you don't come in with your way of playing hard and confident, you're going to regret it. We saw that with Ten Hag. He did it halfway through. Even Arteta at first doing it halfway through, until you get the players, you get things cooking, and then, you can see it. That's going to take a while. So I think, top six will be really generous for them, but I think they can make it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fair enough. You giving me your prediction, right? You said top four, Terry?
Yes, I said just about top four. I'll say. I mean, since there's now the fifth position, can maybe get you in Champions League. So I say they make Champions League, fourth or fifth.
Yeah. Wow. So that means that y'all got to be like what, like third, second, something like that.
I mean, I think we can.
No, we're going for top.
Man,
we just going for everything.
United is winning the league this year, man.
I think we can be realistically fourth place. Maybe third, depending. Like I said, it's so open, so you don't know. Like you really just don't know. Like who's gonna be good?
I'm gonna be honest. I really like Garnacho. I'm a big fan of Garnacho.
It's coming along nicely, though. It's okay.
I really like that guy. So we'll see. I mean, of course y'all got Anthony, so y'all are just gonna score like every this season. Y'all are definitely gonna just go right to
smash
the top.
Man. They're gonna smash it with Anthony.
Oh yeah. It's just y'all are doing numbers with them.
25 goals this season.
25 goals, yeah.
Absolutely.
He came out and said that this season is gonna be.
He
said something
I saw that. I was like, bro, that's deep, dude.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
All right, guys, man. Good talk, man. We're gonna wrap it up there. This has been a fun episode, man. Hey, Nate, thank you so much for making it, for taking time out of your schedule to come and speak to us today and give us your great insights. I mean, you've been fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hey guys, it was a pleasure. I really thank y'all for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
No doubt. And hey, we'll try and schedule something else anytime, man. In the future, and see what you got going on again. It's definitely not going to be the last time, hopefully. All right. And for the people watching us, man, I appreciate you being here. I hope you liked the episode, and let us know what you think of the discussion today. Are you as pessimistic as Nathan? If you're a Liverpool fan, do you think you're going to finish sixth and maybe have an FA Cup? I don't see it, but whatever. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. notification
No,
bell, all
yes.
that jazz, all that jazz. Just click everything, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. It's been fun, man. Yeah, you guys take care.
Take care, guys. Take care.
See y'all later.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, just a little side note. The FPL link is in the description, man. Join, please, guys. Join. Only 1 week left. I think it was 6 days left. I think we're left.
That's right. Yeah.
Put your teams in and then let's join. Let's have fun, guys. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty.